The West Valley shelter just contacted me, and they said they have a poodle mix that's been returned to the shelter several times now. They're not exactly sure why he keeps getting returned to the shelter, but from my experience, when a dog gets returned to the shelter time after time, it starts to do a little psychological damage to the animal.
2-year-old Grover is the face of anxiety.
You're the stressed out one, I heard, huh? Yeah, you're not liking it here, are you?
Having been repeatedly returned to the shelter, Grover's fear of abandonment is hard to shake.
I heard you got some serious anxiety. What happened? What happened? Yeah, you're stressed. You're very stressed. Come on. Let's go for a drive. I'm gonna get you out of here forever. Hello there. Here.
Like all dogs at the ranch, Grover's first day starts with a red training collar.
Much better. That means you're officially in training, my friend. Welcome to the Lucky Dog Ranch. Come on, let's go meet the pack. Morning, morning, morning. Okay, all right, hold on. Let him in. Okay, Grover, go play. Go meet the pack. Go on.
Grover will spend the next 2 weeks training at the ranch alongside Brandon. But the ultimate goal is landing a forever home. And behind the scenes, Brandon is already playing matchmaker.
A few weeks ago, a woman I know named Lori reached out to me. She says she's looking for a small to medium-sized dog that's hypoallergenic. On a hunch, I sent her some pictures of Grover, and she got very excited.
And if anyone is drawn to diamonds in the rough, it's Lori.
I am a wholesaler in antique and estate jewelry. I work from home. I go to auctions, estate sales, deal with private customers.
Having grown up with dogs, Lori now finds herself settled and ready for one of her own.
Knowing that there's so many dogs that need rescuing, I felt that was the only way to go.
To find her own perfect gem, Lori sought out professional assistance from Brandon.
I would prefer someone that's hyperallergenic, so I don't have to worry about bringing him to client meetings because I am going to take him almost everywhere with me.
Determining if Grover has what it takes to become Lori's crown jewel remains to be seen.
To get a clear picture of the training Grover needs, I'll be assessing him on his knowledge of the 7 common commands: sit, stay, down, come, off, heel, and no.
But in addition to playing the role of trainer, Brandon will also be playing detective.
Why Grover was repeatedly returned to the shelter is still a mystery. Hopefully, he'll start showing his cards as we move forward.
Surprisingly, Grover's assessment starts off promising.
Right away, I put him on a sit, and he sits perfectly.
Oh, good boy. That's a sit. Come here. Head it down. Good. All right. Do you know a heel? Yeah, not bad.
But it isn't long before Grover's true colors shine through.
He can't stand being more than a couple feet away from me at any given time.
Grover, come.
Because of Grover's fear of abandonment, his come command is flawless.
Of course you know that one. You're scared to death to be away from me.
But his stay is another story.
And a stay.
Managing Grover's severe anxiety will be the key to his success.
Even when Grover's standing right in front of me, his anxiety levels are off the charts. He's afraid I'm gonna just drop him right back off at the shelter, and history will repeat itself. So right now, this lesson is not about stay. It's about confidence.
It also requires a soothing approach.
I have a basic rule when I train dogs, and it's the face you show is the face that's shown right back to you. The worst thing I can do as a trainer is show anxiety in my own face. I want to lead by example. So as I train the stay command on him, I use a very calm voice.
To establish control, Brandon starts off by putting him on a double leash lockoff.
Stay.
Instantly, his panic mode sets in.
Hold on. You're really jumpy.
I just kind of stand my ground. I wait for him to stop struggling, to stop fighting. As he calms down, I give a very soft, good boy, and I give him a treat. He has to walk through this first door by himself. It's the scariest door he'll ever have to walk through.
Good. Just relax.
Throughout the session, I saw his level of anxiety go from a 10 to a 5.
You see? Well, wasn't that easy?
Grover has surpassed an essential hurdle in training, but his subsequent progress remains tethered to the past.
His past history is what made him the dog he is today. The big question is, can I make him a better dog for the future?
Yesterday, Brandon rescued Grover, a 2-year-old poodle mix with a complex case of separation anxiety.
His stress level raises when he's only a foot away from me. And he showed me how bad it got whenever I was working on the computer.
What are you crying about, huh?
Fearing that Grover's anxiety issues may run deeper than originally suspected, Brandon enlists the help of Doggy Cam.
I grab the viewing monitor and I walk outside, and no more than 10 seconds after I walk out the door, he freaks out, and he freaks out bad. Nobody wants a dog who's full of anxiety. Nobody wants to leave their house while the dog screams and freaks out. Grover is definitely one of the worst cases of separation anxiety I've ever seen at the Lucky Dog Ranch.
Such heightened levels of anxiety can also be physically taxing to a dog's health, so Brandon immediately breaks into training mode.
I simply walk outside with a bag of treats. All I'm doing is I'm waiting for his anxiety levels to drop down, to stop crying just for a couple seconds. And as he does, I walk back in the house and I reward him for the silence.
Good boy.
Over the next 2 days, Brandon expands Grover's solo time from a few seconds to a few minutes. But it's still a far cry from what it should be.
My goal is to build that time to the point where I can leave for hours and not have to worry about him.
Now armed with a clear picture of Grover's issues, Brandon schedules a sit-down with Lori. But when Brandon arrives, he notices his first red flag.
Lori lives in an upscale apartment building. This is hardly an ideal situation for Grover. My biggest concern is his whining could be annoying to the neighbors. If I can't get this under control, it might be a bad match. So what do you do for a living?
I work in my family business. We are wholesalers in antique and estate fine Perry jewelry.
And do you do this at an office?
I work from home, actually.
You do?
So it's very lucky that I get to pretty much set my schedule every day.
The dog is lucky as well, because every dog loves an owner that works from home. The fact that Lori works at home, it's a huge plus, but she still needs to understand the depth of Grover's issues. The dog I'm thinking about for you, Grover, he has a really bad case of separation anxiety. You have quite a few neighbors in this building, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, it's a little older crowd.
So here's my issue. Separation anxiety is one of the hardest areas to tackle when it comes to training. I've made some progress so far, but it might not be enough to where I feel comfortable handing him over to you, given your situation here.
I truly believe with lots of work and showing Grover love that he will hopefully get over this.
So having said that, I'm gonna get back to the ranch and finish what I started, and I'll give you an update.
For 2-year-old Grover, 1 is the loneliest number. Having been repeatedly abandoned at the shelter, his separation anxiety has spiraled to dangerous depths. And while Brandon has found a perfect owner in Lori, Lori's apartment building may only compound the problem.
A barking dog can pose a huge problem in an apartment setting. Before I can even think of giving Grover to Lori, I need to make sure his separation anxiety is completely in check.
Because Grover's anxiety training plateaued on day 1, Brandon seeks out a new approach: simple arithmetic.
In the case of Grover, because his anxiety is so bad, I now have to layer different techniques on top of each other until I find the right equation to solve his issue.
On top of Grover's interval training, Brandon adds a new variable.
I'm going to introduce what's called the anti-anxiety shirt. It's supposed to provide comfort to the dog when you're not around. But I add a little variation to it. I want to get my scent on the anti-anxiety shirt, so I put it in my pocket for an entire day. At the end of the day, I now put it on Grover.
Brandon's scent will add to the comfort that the shirt provides when Grover is left alone.
So from there, I go back to step 1, which was going outside and viewing him on the monitor. And instantly I notice he's calm much quicker and for longer periods of time.
With a couple more days of practice, Brandon gets Grover's alone time up to 20 minutes.
Is that working for you? Seems to be.
While Grover works on getting his time up, some of his behavior warrants a timeout.
So I get up off the couch to go check my email, and Grover decides to follow me, but he decides to take the shortcut, which is the coffee table.
Oh, really? Really?
The first thing that ran through my mind was all of Lori's furniture. She has an entire house full of antiques. Nobody wants a dog to jump on furniture, period, but especially antiques.
Addressing Grover's habit requires foiling his plans.
For some reason, dogs do not like the feeling of foil under their paws. Lo and behold, Grover jumps right up there, and instantly he feels the foil under his paws, and he jumps right off.
Whoa, what is that? Not so fun, right? What happened?
You want to get up there? The good thing about Grover is he's a very fast learner. I removed the foil. I was luring him up there with food and anything I could, and he would not jump up. Good boy, come here.
It's called the coffee table. That's for coffee, not dogs.
Come on, lesson learned.
After a week of training, Grover is finally reaping the dividends of Brandon's layered approach.
Is that working?
By utilizing interval training and the anti-anxiety vest, Grover can now go solo for longer periods of time.
Good.
But once again, his training plateaus.
So far with Grover, I've done the timed anti-anxiety training, followed by the anti-anxiety shirt mixed with my scent on it. The layers are starting to stack up, and now it's time to add yet another one.
For this, Brandon relies on his own voice.
No dog surpasses the Poodle in intelligence. He has a quality of mind that borders on the human.
This training method is called voice recognition, and this is where I record my voice into a recorder and loop it consistently, so when I leave the house, my voice will constantly be playing, hopefully calming Grover down even more.
The Poodle is naturally a sporting dog and was formerly used for that purpose.
Brandon sets up the loop and, like the previous training sessions, steps out with his monitor.
Right away, I notice him start to pace around the house, looking out the window. The big question is, will he continue doing this? A little while later, I noticed the pacing started to slow down. He actually went over to the pile of toys and grabbed a chew, jumped on the couch, and I don't see any stress out of him, any high levels of anxiety. The monitor has a microphone. I hear everything, and not so much as a peep comes out of Grover. After a couple hours, I was completely satisfied.
Come here. Hey, remember me?
Most dogs that have high levels of separation anxiety show you their worst in the first 10 to 15 minutes. Grover showed me his best over the course of 2 hours.
Over the course of his 2 short years, Grover the Poodle mix has endured a life of instability, resulting in a paralyzing fear of abandonment. But after 2 weeks of training and confidence building at Lucky Dog Ranch, he's curtailed his separation anxiety and is ready to make his final move to a forever home.
So today is the big day for Grover and Lori. But before Grover gets to meet his new mom, I have one final stop for him. Grover has transformed mentally and psychologically. Now it's time for a physical transformation.
Grover polishes off his training with a stylish new do.
So now he's all cleaned up and looking sharp. It's time to meet his new forever mom.
Hi!
Hey, you.
Hi there!
The second Lori opened the front door, she and Grover had an instant connection.
So cute. I think Grover's fabulous. I'm really excited.
You want to show him his new house?
Yes, let's show him his new house. Welcome home.
Though it doesn't take Grover long to settle in, his placement can't be finalized until he passes one final test.
I have to be certain that Lori can leave for a couple hours at a time and not have to worry about him. So the only way to find out if he's truly over the issue is we set up doggy cams here and leave your house for a couple hours and see how he does.
Okay, sounds good.
We set up everything at her house just like I did at the Lucky Dog Ranch. We set up the doggy cams. I put him in the anti-anxiety shirt. I played my voice on the recorder and I gave him a bully stick.
No dog surpasses him as a retriever
Let's go.
from the water, and he's still used for that purpose.
At the cafe, Brandon and Lori check back in.
And the first thing I notice is Grover pacing back and forth. And what's running through my mind is maybe he's just not ready. Maybe this is a bad idea.
He's in a new environment. Everything's very unfamiliar to him. But in a few minutes, he should settle down. But if he doesn't, I might have a little more work to do on him.
All Brandon and Lori can do now is watch and hope for the best.
From there, he jumps on the couch. And I'm thinking to myself, what's next, the coffee table? But he doesn't jump on the coffee table. He actually lays down.
The spot where he's at right now, is that where you always sit?
Yes. I always kind of plunk myself right in the middle.
By settling into Lori's favorite spot, Grover appears to fulfill his need for human interaction.
What he's doing, he's getting familiar in your spot. That's actually a really good sign because that means he's very comfortable in your house now.
I'm so happy to see that. Like, it really is so comforting to me that he seems welcome and at home and just at ease.
So what do you think? Can you live with it?
I think so. He's looking great.
What are you doing?
Having passed his final challenge, Grover can officially lay down roots.
Seeing Grover in my house was awesome. I'm excited to go on long walks with him to feel comfortable to roam throughout the house and know that it's his too.
There. You see this? Let's get this on you. Welcome home, buddy. He's all yours.
Thank you.
Take care of him.
I will, I promise.
So long, Grover.
Say bye-bye, Grover.
Grover's issues were the result of a domino effect that went from one owner to another, until eventually it got to the point where nobody wanted him. People wrote him off and returned him to the shelter because it was the easiest option for them.
But now his long odyssey comes to an end, and a new life begins.
From hopeless to a home. That's my mission. One dog at a time.